Hey, my name is bashbunni. I'm a software developer, and these are all of my favorite fonts that I'll use for programming. First up is Blex Mono Nerd Font. This is also known as IBM Plex Mono. That's like the official font name, but if you go to the Nerd Fonts website where you can download Nerd Fonts, it's going to be known as Blex Mono. This one I've used quite a lot. Actually, if you look back at any of my videos, all the monospace fonts that I'm using, it's just Blex Mono Nerd Font. It's really top tier. I love the simplicity of it, but it still has some character. I found it really nice, easy on the eyes over long periods of time. And as somebody who often likes to change things around, I actually did find I didn't get bored of this font. Like, it was just nice and clean and I think really well designed. The font that I moved to after Blex Mono was actually Gohu Nerd Font. The reason that I had made this change was because I wanted to feel like I was in a Nintendo video game when I was coding. Gohu Nerd Font is the closest I could find to something that felt like a Nintendo game, like a Pokemon game. So I did really like that. The only downside with Gohu Nerd Font is I was getting complaints on stream that the text was looking really pixelated and stuff like that. So I think it doesn't necessarily scale well to the larger text sizes, which when I'm on stream, the text is like ginormous. So fair enough. I did have somebody actually in the chat recommend Terminus Nerd Font, and that's where I moved to after using Gohu. So Terminus Nerd Font actually looks quite similar to Gohu Nerd Font, but it does scale better. That's actually what I'm still using and what people have been asking me about all the time. So I think other people are also really enjoying the design of this font. I want to feel like I'm in a Pokemon game while I'm coding. I've also used Iosevka for very long periods of time. I think all of 2021, 2022, I think in 2023 is when I discovered Blex Mono. So I did use Iosevka Nerd Font for a couple years. This one is a bit more narrow. It has a bit more of kind of like a squished vibe compared to the other fonts that I've talked about, which have more of a rounded look to them. I do really like this one though still. I find it really cozy and charming. I don't know. What do you think about this one? I feel like this one could be a point of contention because it is very different than a lot of the more like popular fonts that we might use for programming. Last but not least is a JetBrains Mono Nerd Font. This one's a classic, honestly. I feel like this one, the Fira Code Nerd Font, like those ones are kind of the first two nerd fonts that I really came across. And JetBrains has always stuck with me as one of the goodies. It's really enjoyable to use over long periods of time, and it's very well designed. I have no complaints about it either. The only complaint, I guess, would be that I don't feel like I'm in a Nintendo game, so it's not fit in my current vibe. Thanks so much for joining me on this little adventure that I'm doing on YouTube, just posting random little things that I'm finding and different nerdy things from the tech space. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope that these fonts serve as some inspiration for you next time you load up your editor and you just want a little change of scenery. Try one of these fonts. If there's one that you are obsessed with that I didn't list here, I'd be super curious to know. I also love seeing everyone's setups. I wouldn't have found out about the Terminus Nerd Font if someone hadn't shared it with me. So I'll see you in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace out.